What's up, all you cool snakes and neonates? I hope you're all keeping well. It's a shedding and molting party. Like, every single animal has shed and molted. It's absolutely crazy. So let's go and check them all out in their newfound beauty and new clothes. So I mentioned in one of the previous videos we got a couple of new spiders, and one of them have just molted out. So we have Curly Whirly that we use for the kids' parties, the curly hair tarantula. But of course she often, when she goes into molt, because she's still growing, she's only about half size so far, so she's still molting. So we thought we got the opportunity to get another curly hair, a male. So we've got a male and female. We may attempt to breed them in the future. So we have a male and female curly hair. So we thought we'd get the male so that when Curly's in molt, we can use him for the parties. Curly went into molt and he went into molt. They have both molted out last night, both together at almost exactly the same time. So they've both molted. So let's take a look at both these new Curly Whirly and the new male, her boyfriend, who we've called Fudgy Wudgy. And let's take a look at them, their new skins, and see how they did when they molted. Because they did them both inside their hides. Curly Whirly did it outside last time. So let's see. Oh, look at the fluffies. Look how pretty she is. She looks all red and everything. There you go. So hopefully that's a molt and the male hasn't got in there and she's eaten him. There we go. Look at those fangs. So there is Curly Whirly. How amazing is she looking? She looks pink. How pretty is our girl Curly Whirly looking after that molt? And you can see why they are called curly hair tarantulas, because they're just balls of fluff. Isn't she looking amazing? So we'll not stress her out too much. We'll put her hide back. There we go. And there is her boyfriend, the new boy. Look at that. Two freshly molted curly hairs. Both alive. Still got all 8 legs. That's always great. His fangs are back. Oh, don't flick hairs at me. I know. Now, they're always extra scared after shedding or molting their skin because their exoskeleton and their skin is softer. But look at him. How cool is he? So we have our boy and our girl. So that is Fudgy Wudgy, one of our new spiders. Isn't that absolutely stunning? So Curly Whirly has a boyfriend. He's a really good weight. I've already been handling him and stuff before he molted. He's doing really well. He's a fantastic addition to the collection. But look at that, 2 beautiful molts. There we go. Evie here shed out. You can take a look at Evie she's developing those nice yellow undersides to her legs there, as you can see. You get that bright yellow underside to the legs. So having a look at that molt, I think Evie, as I thought, is male. I'm pretty positive that Evie is a boy. Here, we had a molt off of the stick insect. The praying mantis had a molt. That's Evie's last molt she had the other day. And the praying mantis had a molt. Hunter is in shed, as you can tell. So is Milkshake, and the rest have been in shed. Like I said, it's been shedding madness lately. Little guy here, Tigger, has shed out. Look at his colours. Now, false water cobras often change colour as they shed, as they grow. His colours just get more and more like vibrant and clear and smooth, and camera probably doesn't pick up, but he has loads of like oranges and peaches through his sides and things like that. This guy's colour is constantly changing. And he has a really nice light tail. As you guys will see when we take Shelby out, Shelby's tail is really dark down the bottom, whereas his, you can clearly see all of his markings. That's why we call him Tigger, because he's got like stripes and everything down his sides, these like orange and black stripes. He's just a beautiful version of a false water cobra. But this is our little boy Tigger. all nice fresh sheds. So here's his shed, or most of it. He tore it in half in the silly blood, but you can see eye caps are all there, head's all there, and it's beautiful. He's had a really good shed. They all had really good sheds. They're all kept in this room, and with the turtle being in the room with the big open top pond, it keeps the humidity up in the room, and I barely have to spray anything, to be honest. But yes, Tigger is looking absolutely fantastic now. This little hut at the back here, this little archway that he's in right now, he uses that as his toilet. He actually only poops in there usually. Which is good because he poops a lot being a false water cobra. See you later! So next up, let's check out his girlfriend to be Shelby. Look at Shelby. You can notice the difference in coloration between Tigger and Shelby. Shelby is a lot lighter, a lot more grey, whereas Tigger is a lot more yellowy coloured and orangey coloured and all that kind of stuff. They're quite a contrast. I think they're going to be really beautiful. Now they're hopefully going to give us really beautiful babies when the time comes. You can see she's giving us a nice little hood right now. But just look at how beautiful this girl is these days. She's just fantastic. She's doing great. You pretty girl. Her growth is crazy as well. I mean, compared to Tigger, I mean, you guys can see her growth is just crazy. The female is just exploding. I'd say a couple of years, and because she's now a year old, so probably about 2 years time, they should be ready to breed or put in together. I've been doing a little bit of homework. I'm going to keep doing homework and stuff. They can be cannibalistic, so we are going to have to make sure that she is well fed so she doesn't eat our little Tigger. But yeah, she is doing fantastically. Beautiful in her skin. Again, completely full skin off of her. Eye caps, tail, the lot, all in one go. Over the time, I think we're going to give away sheds and things like that to you guys. I think when the time comes, when we hit like 500 subscribers or something, I may do a giveaway with a snake shed or something in it, and some stickers or something. We'll see what we can do. But her sheds are really cool. That is our little Shelby. She's doing absolutely fantastically. Now you can see how her tail is a lot darker compared to Tigger's. It's not as bright, and you can't really see the stripes as much. She's got a more black tail. So these guys were sold to me as hypos, but as you can see, they're not hypos. A hypo is a drastic reduction in melanin, the black pigmentation in the skin, but these guys have a lot of black in them, so they're more like a lighter phase, they're more like a brighter type. Probably polymorphically bred. You breed a brighter one to a brighter one, and you get these they start looking sort of brighter kind of colorations. But she's not a hypo, she's just an extremely beautiful normal, I would say. But her, we have a couple of pictures of the falsies out in the sun, which will pop up just now. So she's doing fantastically. She's not as defensive in the Viv as she was before. She's calming down nicely. A little bit of a hood in there, but nothing crazy. So as you guys can see, Hunter was the last one to shed, and he's retained a bit of his shed. He doesn't have a terribly good shed, but Hunter has quite thin skin compared to the others I've noticed. He never really has a fantastic shed. He's retained a stripe from there down to about there, as you can see. So all we're going to do is we're going to soak him in some lukewarm water. Not even lukewarm, just enough to take the chill off of it. So now we have to get this 7.5 foot snake into this little bucket and get the lid on it. Can you let go please, sir? Thank you, my handsome boy. Look at the size he's getting as well. Isn't he getting massive? So let's pop him in here. We'll just let him soak for about half an hour or so. He has just had his first jumbo wrap, which explains the sudden growth spurt in the growth. Perfect. We're going to have to give him a bigger bucket soon. So we'll leave him in there to soak for a bit, soften up that shed, and then we'll peel it off later. We'll pull him out. So Lilith is looking all pretty in some new skin as well, our dummerils boar. She's looking absolutely fantastic in her colours. slow growing snake, the dummerils, and a very tense snake as well. I find, I don't know, if you guys have dummerils at home, let me know, how do they feel to handle? Are they very tense and stiff and rigid snakes like Lilith here? I use Lilith for the kids' parties, and she's fantastic with the kids. She's just quite a tense sort of snake. She's not uneasy, she's not defensive, she's not awkward, she's not stressing, she's just a very tense snake. Very interesting, but as you can see, she's an absolute sweetheart, aren't you? Yes, you are, I see you, thank you. So Lilith is looking absolutely gorgeous in her new colours. So these guys are from Madagascar. The ground dwelling boa, which is why they have that beautiful pattern on their back. It helps them blend in with the leaf litter. You can imagine her curled up on the ground in amongst the leaf litter. She would be invisible, you would not see her. Very strong snake. I'd probably say for her size, she's about the strongest snake in my collection, that's for sure. To equal size stuff. There is Lilith, our dummerils boa. We'll pop her back. The next one is another crowd favourite as well. I know you guys love Mordecai, the Serenium red-tailed boa. That was Lilith's shed. Again, she tore it in half. They seem to be like to do that this batch, but another good shed there. Thank you, my beautiful assistant. Now, I'm not hooking at Mordecai because he's nasty. I'm not hooking him out because he's defensive. I'm hooking him because he is tap trained, so he is very food orientated. So anytime that door opens, he thinks it's food that's coming in. So what I do is I take this hook's a bit overkill, a bit too long, but I can never be bothered shortening it down. So all I do is put the hook in, give him a wee stroke, give him a wee tap so that he knows that it's dad that's coming in, it's not feeding time, it's not food, and as soon as he knows that it's not feeding time, he does a little run, turns his head, and we know that we are good to go. He's a little dark in coloration today. You can see the triangles on the tip of his nose. So he is a little bit, not moody, but a little bit dark. But that is our beautiful boy Mordecai. You guys love our red tail. Everyone always pesters me as to when I'm selling him, and the simple answer is I'm not. Never am, never will. This is probably my favourite snake in the collection. I always say that when I take each of them out. This is my favourite. But Mordecai truly is my favourite. He is my boy. Very inquisitive as well, looking around. So he's looking beautiful in his new skin. You can see his beautiful red tail. He gave us a nice full shed and only ripped it just a little bit. There you go. There's his shed. Now this shed's always about 20%, give or take, bigger than the snake. But I mean, we did measure him before, and I think he's coming up for 5 foot. And I'm about 5'8", so that would be about right. But yeah, that was his full shed. He's looking all handsome as well. So your Suriname red tail, of course, is from Suriname, which is a state surrounding the Amazon, down in South America. So that is our beautiful boy Mordecai. So Hunter's been soaking probably a bit longer than I thought, but we've been working on this bit over here, this big apron that we're building. So he's been soaking for a while, so he should be ready to go. But just look at his colour. So you'll see that that skin is pretty much all off. Let me have a look at you, my beautiful Manny. What have you got? You've just got, it's just literally that strip down this back, and the rest has actually already come off in here. Look at that. Boom. Not just bits clinging to you that's come off. So that was all that was stuck on him. Just that much there. He does sometimes have problems with his eye caps. We have had a couple of stuck We have had a couple of stuck eye caps off of him. But that is how you soak a snake. So that is what to do if your snake has shedding issues. The size of him. So if your snake has shedding issues, just simply give them a soak for half an hour or a bit in water that's about room temperature, that's not cold and not hot, because remember, your animals can't heat up, and they also can't cool down either themselves. Well, your reptiles can't. That is Hunter, the big lad. How big is he getting, and how beautiful is he after that shed, eh? Isn't he looking stunning? So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. You're doing that, you guys. If you're watching this and you're enjoying it, and you're enjoying the stuff I'm putting out, hit that subscribe button for me, please. That would be a huge help. And also share the page. I share the YouTube channel around as much as I can on Facebook and stuff like that, but I don't have all platforms. So if you guys could share it around for me as well on different platforms and different places, and just get the word out and attract a new audience or a larger audience to the channel, that would be absolutely amazing. So for Reptile Rich, cameraman or camera woman Kirsten, cameraman, that's all I'm like. Camera woman Kirsten, Hunter, and the rest of the gang, take it easy. Peace. The Burmese python seemed to have. What a pig!